On the news this morning, Lagos State Government reactivates restrictions over rising COVID-19 cases. Serap asks courts to slash salaries of President Buhari's state governors. Governor Nyesom Wike to give account of stewardship as he rounds off days of project commissioning. Rivers State Government distributes 10,000 bundles of cassava stems to farmers. On the foreign scene, protests spread in South Africa after Zuma's arrest. I am Ifeemi Andrew. Of a possible third wave of COVID-19 following a sharp increase in the number of positive cases recorded in the last few weeks. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Sunday imposed restrictions and sanctions after daily cases of COVID-19 shot up over a period of 1 week. He said many passengers disobey COVID protocols and threatened to prosecute those who submit wrong contact details. He further reactivated all COVID-19 health protocols. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project Serap has asked the Federal High Court in Abuja to review downward salaries and allowances of President Muhammadu Buhari, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, 36 governors and members of the National Assembly. In the suit, Serap is asking the court to order the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission and the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission to slash the jumbo pay for political office holders to reduce the unfair pay disparity between political office holders and judicial officers. A state high court sitting in Port Harcourt, presided by Justice Adolphus Enebeli, has ordered in a suit filed by Evans Clement Boye Brown that the respondents, defendants, Elder Goni Brown, Elder Amoni Hart, Elder Inima D. Brown, Elder Tuwanimi Iriari, Elder Tamonobere P. Brown, Elder Vincent Brown, Elder Leonard Brown, and Elder Omiso Lambert Brown, who served by newspaper publication or pasting singing at their office at Brown House Palace in Finima, Boni local government area. The above order was made due to the inability of the chairman applicants to effect personal service on the defendants and respondents in this case. Justice Adolphus Enebeli, after reading the applicant's application for interim injunction filed by the claimant, Mr. Evans Clement Boye Brown, directed the respondents and defendants to appear before him on July 20th, 2021 for motion. The court is expected to hear why an interlocutory injunction should not be ordered against the respondents and applicants. As you may know, Evans Clement Boye Brown had gone to court to restrain members of the Boye Brown family from carrying out any chieftaincy installation on any members of the family pending the outcome of the matter that is currently before his Governor Nyesom Wike on the subject matter. A social political pressure group, Network for the Defense of Democracy and Good Governance (NDDGG), has raised alarm over threat to life of its leader, Ambassador Solomon Jack Rich, and other top leaders of the group by some highly placed individuals in Rivers State. Director of Operations NDDGG, Williams Igwe, at a press conference in Port Harcourt, said top government officials in the state have perfected plans to invade the country home of Ambassador Jack Rich with gunmen who would disguise themselves as security personnel.
We therefore use this alarm as a save our soul message to all security architecture in Rivers State and in Nigeria, including the Inspector General of Police, the Nigerian Army, the Department of State Services, and members of the public to be aware of the threat to the life of our leader and by extension our members and come to our aid.
Mr. Williams Igwe also said that there is plan to invade the office of Unity Forum and NDDGG to destroy their equipment. He called on the security agencies in the state and across the country, as well as members of the public, to come to their aid.
The next plan is to set up stooges to infiltrate our noble organizations and then go about carrying out criminal activities in the guise of being members with the aim that if caught, they will claim to have been sponsored by our leader, High Chief Sobomabo Jackridge. There are perfected plans to lay siege on our office, to invade it when the leader is on seat as though acting on a tip-off, then carry out a raid to destroy all our equipment and shoot and kill our leader in order to get him out of the way. This is not just one of those mere allegations aimed at seeking unnecessary media attention, but a truism based on intelligence gathered from a reliable source.
He also distanced its leader, Ambassador Jackridge, from any criminal activity.
We therefore call on all our members to be law-abiding and desist from all forms of criminal activities and any act capable of destabilizing the collective peace of the state and the country, as NDDGG, the KUF, will not be held responsible for any individual who is found on the wrong side of the law. We will, however, not be deterred amidst these intimidation and threats to our lives. We shall continue to speak up against the unpopular policies of the government of the day to ensure a better society, because occupying a political office is a privilege and should not be used as a tool for oppression.
Governor Nyesom Wike is expected to give account of his stewardship in his 6 years as governor of Rivers State today. The governor is also expected to give a roadmap for his remaining 2 years in office. Respondent learned that it is the climax of activities marking his 6th year in office after weeks of project commissioning and flag-offs. The outgoing acting Vice-Chancellor of the University of Port Harcourt, Professor Stephen Okodudu, will today hold a valedictory session at the university. Our correspondent gathered that he will use the opportunity to brief the university community on his achievements as he bows out today. Professor Okodudu was appointed acting VC following the tussle in 2020 over who becomes Vice-Chancellor, among other contended issues. Stephen Okodudu is a professor of sociology and he served 2 terms. Rivers State University now ranks 5th in the 2021 Nigerian University Ranking. A report by Notable Outcomes said the higher education institution met some criteria, including being chartered, licensed, or accredited by the appropriate agencies, offering at least 4-year undergraduate and postgraduate degrees and delivering courses predominantly in a traditional face-to-face, non-distance education format. University of Port Harcourt ranked 7th. Still ahead, Rivers State government distributes 10,000 bundles of cassava stems to farmers. Stay tuned. The Rivers State government has distributed 10,000 bundles of cassava stems to farmers to boost cassava production and ensure food security in the state. Commissioner for Agriculture Fred Quackle said the TME 419 cassava stem is an improved variety of cassava that has a maturity period of 6 months from the day of planting.
By the grace of God, through the hands of the governor, we are here to distribute and flag off the improved cassava variety TME 419 to the farmers. The essence is that when these stems are available to the people, they will be able to grow cassava that is highly resistant to any disease. And our cassava plant at AFAM, we have enough of tubers of cassava that will be used for that plant. I thank God that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture has worked with the state government and they gave us these stems of cassava from the IITA, and it has a very short lifespan to grow and to yield. The yield is also very strong. This is a milestone in the agricultural setup.
Also, Administration Manager, Rivers State Cassava Processing Company Temple Chijoke assured farmers of a ready market for their produce.
Today, 10,000 bundles of cassava stems are given to farmers free of charge for them to cultivate and in turn serve as feedstock suppliers to the factory at Afam. So it's a big day for cassava growers in River State. We have just started processing. Farmers, aggregators from across the state are mobilizing cassava suppliers. The whole processing activity has started. Why the product have not been placed in the market? Because we are the last lap of getting the final approval from NAFDAC. Without that approval, you cannot place your products in the market, right? So once that is established, our products will be in the market.
On his part, Head Development Finance of CBN Port Harcourt, Stanley Oruera, urged farmers to embrace agriculture for the growth of the country. He said CBN is ready to finance farmers in the state. Members of Umoji family in Umuachi, Umonwe in Igruta are accusing some members of their family of conspiring with some persons to invade their Umoji family land along Umonwe Mwechem Road. A member of the family, Clifford Oji, told newsmen that trouble started on the land when 3 members to lay claim to the land but was resisted. Chief Oji said the Umoji's family is surprised that last week the same people are now conspiring with others to invade the land when the matter is still pending in court.
In that land, we won the case in the court when we had it land dispute with the Omumwembe community in Umeche. We won that case. And that land has been in our possession for a long time and we have been reaping what is there. Just recently, some members of our family, one Gashon, Oji, Ezebumwoji, Stanley Amechi, and one NS Oprum, went and used one land grabber from Ogoni to go and clear the land. They equally sued us to court on the same matter, the same land. This time around, this NS, they come up in another way. They brought this man, one barrister Azubike from nowhere entered our land. We have discovered that this Azubike have been moving from one land to the other. Our sister family in Omachi here, they entered their own last week. So the governor should come to our aid, come and help us and make sure that this land grabber do not deny us what is our fundamental rights.
Also speaking, Vice Chairman of Umoji family, Batrin Oji, called on members of the family who are conspiring with people to take their ancestral land to stop being used to destroy their father's property.
I want to this opportunity to call the members of our family who are involved, who claim to be claimant. Person like Chinedu Humphrey, Oprum, Gashon Oji, Stanley Amechi, who is a member of this family. Recollect yourself, cease from their dubious character. Come back home. Stop allowing people to use you here and there. Come back home so that we can then benefit. So they can only use you and dump you. At the end of the day, you cannot achieve anything. So I'm begging you now to come back home. Let us forge ahead.
Also, the Financial Secretary of Umoji Family Women Patients Oji appealed to the River State government and security agencies to wade into the matter.
Women we have been farming there for a long time, but since this problem started, they have refused us from farming from that place, and the thing have been affecting the women. Some of our women have been buying garri from the market since they have refused us from farming there. And you know how garri now is expensive, so some of them cannot afford one basin of garri. The thing has been affecting us. So please, we are calling for the public. They should come to our aid and help us. So I am begging for those involved in this, stop and come together and settle this thing once and for all, so that there will be peace in this Umoji land. Because of the women has been passing through here. They should come and help us.
When contacted, one of the family members mentioned NS to the land from his. Mr. Oprum said his family members are trying to collect the land from him and his brothers. Members of Umuwaria family in Umuachi, Umunwe Gruta community over the weekend protested over the invasion of their land by suspected land grabbers. Chairman Umuwaria family of Umuwaria, Umunwe Johnson Amadi, said they woke up on June 26 to see some people invade their farmland with hoodlums and bulldozers destroying their crops. Mr. Amadi said the Umuwaria family are not in any land dispute with their neighbors. He said the land was inherited from their forefathers.
To our own shock and surprised. On the 26th of June, we just woke up to hear that some people has entered our land with the bulldozer, bulldozing it. We saw the damages they made. It's a one barrister, Azubike, carried all the bad boys with weapons. They came here. When we came there to intercept them, they said that we cannot do anything. That if we don't take it, they're going to shoot us here. That even Governor Wike cannot stop them. That's what they said. They said this is how they have been doing. They did the same thing at Igbo. Presently, they are doing it at Abana. So that nothing can happen. If it's bloodshed, they are ready to shed blood. So we are peaceful people. We don't want. That's why we are crying today. Trying to say that the governor should come and help us. He has a last say in this state.
Also, chairperson of Umuaria family, the Mwachi Umuwe in Lemogo, appealed to the River State government and security agencies to wade into the matter.
Since ever I married in this family, we have been farming in this place. We have been farming in this place. We have been feeding from this place. Our source of livelihood comes from this place. But all of a sudden, we now saw people that came with bulldozer. They come and scatter our cassava. They want to take our land from us. Governor Wike, please come and help us. The women of our barrier is crying. You people should come out. River State, come and hear from us. Come and help us. But it's time to be gay. I don't know where you come from.
Also speaking, paramount ruler of Umuwe in community, Chief Godson Lemogo, was worried that security agencies are being used to intimidate members of Umuaria family.
Since 2 weeks, this is what we have been struggling with them. They went to customary court, they go to any court, they obtain order. And the worst is that, who are these people? Up to this moment, we don't know whom we are dealing with. But what we see is they will carry their bulldozer, their machines with a low bed, put it inside the bush. Who are these people? You don't know them. With the law enforcement agents, anti-kidnapping are involved, anti-cultism are involved. Before they will do this operation, they will go and arrange with them, bargain with them. And they will carry one court order, fake court order, and say, oh, court is saying nobody should harass them, nobody should enter. Who are the people you are taking their land? Because I know too well that we don't have any dispute with anybody about this land. No dispute. This land is a land that we have shared to all the members of the community where they build houses. So we are now crying to our executive governor, to please let him come to the aid of the people, especially Omwe Igruta.
Our correspondent reports that the protesting members of the Umuaria family, comprised of chiefs, elders, youths, and women who wore black clothes, singing and dancing on the farmland along Umwechem Road. In business, Nigeria received about $8.4 billion investment announcements as at 4th of March 2021, out of which $5.46 billion were pledged by foreign investors. The Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission statistics show that the remaining $2.08 billion was promised by domestic investors. The sum pledged by foreign investors in the first quarter of 2021 is 27.5% lower than the $7.54 billion foreign investment announced, recorded by the NIPC in the preceding quarter. In its report of investment announcement in Nigeria, January to March 2021, the NIPC noted that the major sources of foreign investment announcement in the first quarter of 2021 originated from Morocco, the United Kingdom, and the United States. In entertainment, Nigerian singer Olarewaju Fasasi, popularly known as Sound Sultan, has been laid to rest. He died following a hard-fought battle with cancer. The singer was buried, according to Islamic injunction, at the Marlborough Muslim Cemetery in New Jersey on Sunday, July 11. In sports, Harry Kane says England's Euro 2020 final loss to Italy will haunt the players for the rest of their careers. He said Sunday's defeat was the worst feeling in the world. England fell short 320 minutes with Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, all failing to convert from the spot.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Dozens of people have been arrested in South Africa as violence spreads following the jailing of former President Jacob Zuma. Pro-Zuma protesters first took to the streets after the 79-year-old handed himself to authorities on Wednesday to begin a 15-month sentence. But police now say criminals are taking advantage of the chaos, which spread through his home province of KwaZulu-Natal to Johannesburg in Gauteng. More than 60 people have been arrested. Jacob Zuma was sentenced for contempt of court after failing to attend an inquiry into corruption during his presidency. On the news this morning, you heard that Lagos State government has reactivated restrictions over rising COVID-19 cases. SERAP has asked a high court to slash salaries of president, vice president, and state governors and National Assembly members. Governor Nyesom Wike is expected to give an account of his stewardship as he rounds off days of project commissioning today. Rivers State government has distributed 10,000 bundles of cassava stems to farmers. On the foreign scene, you heard that protests have spread in South Africa after the arrest of former President Jacob Zuma. The news was edited by Martha Okeri. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this morning. I am Ifeemi Andrew. Thank you for listening.